Well, good morning, friends. Another morning here on the trap line. It's cold as hell this morning. Thermometer said it's 16 above, but we got about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, so it's pretty chilly. And of course, it's still been pretty slow. Yesterday, I got my order of from Dunlap Lures. I've got some Soul Taker bait and some Hellfire long call lure. So I went around yesterday kind of checking sets to make sure everything was still working with the freeze and thaw, and a couple of them need a little more wax dirt, that kind of thing. And I rebaited and relured a couple of the older sets and some of the ones that have been getting fooled with. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm checking these sets here this morning, and I came across one, and this is a 1.5 Bridger in a blind trail set, and it's also a deer trail. There was fox tracks, and I've seen coons on trail cameras coming across this trail here. So I just want to show you guys this. I came up on a snap trap, and I'm almost certain it was a deer. And let me turn the camera around, and I'll explain why. All right, so you can see there's where I had my trap anchor, and you can kind of see this trail. It was right up the other side. They crossed this little drainage ditch here. There's the trap. It's got some grass in it, and I had covered it up yesterday. I added a little wax dirt and kind of blended it with some grass. So that's the grass that's in it. But chain pulled straight tight, trap snapped, no catch circle. All right, now this is pretty much textbook. A deer stepped in there, the trap snapped, and then it pulled its leg out. And there's no hair or anything in there that I can see, so I'm almost certain that's what that is. So anyways, I guess I'll just reset this and throw some more wax dirt on it. The deer definitely been running. Sooner or later, the foxes and other stuff will start running too. So, all right, back at it. Well, good morning, folks. Another frosty morning on the trap line here. It's even colder this morning than yesterday. You can see we got some white stuff there behind me. Thermometer said 3 degrees this morning. They're calling for a wind chill of about 15 below, so the beard's a little iced up this morning. But I saw some fox tracks right coming out of the gate where I crossed off my property onto this farm that I'm trapping. And nothing in the first couple, but I said to myself, the ones that I think are going to catch are these blind sets that I have out. And sure enough, we had a deer snap in this one yesterday. And I'll see if I can turn around and get them there. You see behind me, nice red fox in that blind set that was snapped by a deer. This is it's a Bridger 1.5. And the more I use these and the more fox I catch, 1.5 is really a good size for fox. Even with the laminated 1 3/4 Bridgers that I've been using, you get some foot damage. And the 1.5 seem to hold them just fine, catch them just fine, and no foot damage. So let me get you turned around. Yeah, so another nice red fox here. I was really hoping to get a few more of these guys, and probably gonna make a hat or something out of them. But excited. This one still has pretty good fur, so we'll get them taken care of and get on down the line. Well, good morning, boys and girls. Out on the trap line here again this week. Still got snow on the ground. We're into the second week of January here, and the critters moved last night. There was definitely like kind of a warm front yesterday. It was a little above freezing. I think it stayed above freezing. It was like 33 when I woke up this morning. Kind of like misty and foggy, and just felt like a day that the critters should move. So first couple sets, we did see some fox tracks out, a lot of squirrel and deer activity, a set of possum tracks, but nothing in the first few traps. And I almost went by. This was a blind set. I sat by a trail coming out to this field edge here. You can kind of see it just behind me over my left shoulder there. It was a blind set. There was fox tracks last time we had fresh snow. I went by and I saw something black here, so I'm going to turn you around and we're going to see what we got here. Okay, so we're going to get up here and real quiet like, because, hey buddy, I don't know which way he's facing here. But we got us a stinker. Hey, buddy. Where are you? I think he's got his back to us. I don't want to get sprayed here. But we will, oh, yeah, there he is moving there. So yeah, this was just a blind set here. There was trails going there. I knew this would happen sooner or later with these blind sets. You catch everything, you know. So you get possums. Sometimes you get skunks. You get foxes. You get raccoons. It's all part of the deal. So it's not real good footage of them there, but I don't want to aggravate them here. I don't know if I can get down below them or how I'm going to approach this, but we'll have to get them dispatched, and hopefully it doesn't spray too much. All right. Well, good morning, friends. Another morning here on the trap line. I'm in the fur shed this morning here, getting ready to go, getting the good old 22 ready, and my earmuffs, and deciding what else I'm going to take here. I'm about to go start the four-wheeler here in a minute. But we had a major weather front move through last night. You can tell it's cold out here this morning. It's not as cold as it has been yesterday and the previous day. We're both negative wind chill, single-digit ambient temperatures, you know, at just a little above zero. So it's almost 30. It was like 28, 29 when I came out. So it's warmer, but we got dumped on last night. I don't know if I can, let's see here, if we can look out the window here, and it's still coming. You can see it. We got major snow. So yeah, major snow, which is a blessing and a curse, because we know any tracks we see are going to be fresh, but a lot of the sets that I've had out are going to be buried. We're going to have a tough time finding maybe some of the mink sets. So that's the other thing. It's been real slow on the trap line here, which I expected once you know, the coons kind of quit running there. They're going to start again here with the rut. The boars are going to be running, so I'm kind of slowly putting out some coon sets, which, you know, my dog proof, my one down by the creek is probably buried, so we'll have to dig that out. But been slow. Caught the third fox. That's actually the first one I caught. The other two are behind me over my right shoulder. So anyways, there hasn't been a lot of footage. You know, I caught that skunk, possum a while back, so it's been kind of slow. So I after the little bit of snow we had, been seeing a lot of mink tracks down by the creek. And you guys remember very early on, one of my first videos, I think I caught a fox in a blind set down there by that creek. So that and I've caught a coon in a dog proof too. But there's a ton of mink tracks. So I was putting out some 110s yesterday. Found a couple other spots maybe to put a 160 for a trail set. So we're limited here in New York. We can't put anything in blind sets on land bigger than a 160. And we can use them in cubbies with bait, you know, a 220 or whatever. But for just setting blind trail sets, you're limited to a 160. So we'll see if we can catch a mink. That would be neat. It's going to be a tough check today. The snow's still coming hard. It's blowing. As I said, we're going to have to probably dig stuff out. I don't know how much footage I'm going to get because the weather's just fighting us here. So yeah, that's about where we're at. We'll see if we catch anything, if anything moved. The foxes were running around yesterday or last night before last, and I did find a set of coyote tracks to the south along the creek where I've been trapping. I don't know if he didn't catch scent of any of the other canine sets I got. I might put one more out. We'll see how the weather goes. I had a bunch of traps I wanted to set today, but we'll see if any of that happens. I have kind of a neat one that's on a log crossing that I'd like to show you guys if time and weather cooperates. So I'm gonna go get the four-wheeler going. We're gonna get checking here, and we'll see what happens. Morning, friends. Another morning on the trap line here. I believe it's the 19th of January. Out checking sets here after this snow we got Sunday night. It's Wednesday now. And the wheeler had a really hard time yesterday. I dug a lot of my sets that are setting the ground up, and I'm pulling most of my canine dirt holes type stuff. And I had left, I'm going to leave a couple blind trail sets. I'll probably kind of redo them. And I've had these two 160 conibears out now, one on a blind trail set here, and one in a kind of a makeshift cubby setup, hoping that if we get a warm up here, the coons will run and maybe they'll run into it. Or the other thing that I've been hoping is I'm back along this creek. It's here behind me. There's mink running around. After the first little bit of snow, there was a ton of mink tracks here, and I haven't seen a lot since the big snowfall here, but I had this perfect pinch down for this blind trail set, and we made a catch today. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I was intending for, but blind trail sets will do that for you. So I'm going to turn the camera around and just have a look at what we got. So there we have it. Big old fox squirrel ran right through that 160, and it took them right out. So I don't know if those are the tracks I'm been following here. I don't know how well the camera will pick those tracks up there, but it goes right through this trail, and I kind of stomped it down. The trail just continues along the creek here. So interesting. So I've got my snowshoes today. You can see the trail I came in on there. And these tracks I'm following are the deer walk right in my trail because they're going to take the path of least resistance. So we'll get this guy out of here. I'll take him home. Squirrel season's open. We can eat them, so not a huge deal. Not really, like I said, not what we wanted. I wish he would have stayed out of there, and maybe we'd have caught a mink in there instead. But some excitement on the trap line here. So, all right, I'll get him out of here, and we'll move on.